When I arrived on scene, Mr. Woods was seated in the driver's seat. I made contact with him, and I ensured that he was able to speak to me. At that time, he seemed that as though he was still calm and lucid. I made the determination that it would be safer to wait for LA County Fire to help remove him instead of trying to remove him myself. I kept Mr. Woods calm until LA County Fire arrived on scene.
What did you do to keep him calm, Deputy?
I spoke to him. I asked.
Conversation. Could you share it with us, please?
I asked him what his name was. He told me his name was Tiger, and at that moment I immediately recognized him. I asked him if he knew where he was, what time of day, just to make sure he was oriented. He seemed as though he was lucid and calm.
Was he concerned about his injuries?
He didn't seem concerned of his injuries at the time, which is not uncommon in traffic collisions. Many times people tend to be in shock. It's a traumatic experience, so it's not uncommon for people to be focused on unimportant things, or even if they are in pain, they might not feel it until much later.
What is up, YouTube? It's Jay Coffee talking. You guys hear that statement given by law enforcement, the first responder that showed up at this crash that Tiger Woods got in. A very scary situation, very worrisome. And, let's break all this down. But first off, thoughts out to Tiger Woods, his family. I hope that he gets back to being healthy 100%, because we're hearing that this is serious, very serious. Tiger almost lost his life. They had to get him out using the jaws of life. That first responder, that he said he determined basically to wait for them to show up with the jaws of life to get him out rather than him doing it himself. He felt that was the safest approach to take to this, to rescuing Tiger. But, he said Tiger Woods couldn't stand. He did seem pretty coherent, but I don't know. We're hearing this is very, very serious. So thoughts out to Tiger Woods. I hope you get better. But let's talk, guys. So this accident sounds, like I said, this is scary. This is disturbing. I'm not trying to badmouth Tiger Woods or anything like that. But let's just, like I said, we got to talk about all this, okay? I hope that he gets better. But what was Tiger doing? You know what I mean? Basically, with all the information that we're getting from people that were on the scene, it sounds like Tiger Woods made a very bad, reckless decision. So he's staying at a hotel, okay? They're also on location filming this show, Grownish. And one of the people from that show that was on set, you could see him on TMZ talking about what happened. Tiger Woods almost hit the director's car. I just don't understand what this guy was thinking. Anyone who's ever lost anyone in a car crash, been in a car crash themselves, seen a car crash, it's a very traumatic, scary experience. And a lot of times, lives are lost. And when you really sit back and look at it all, you're like, why did this person do this? Driving is something that we all do every day. And, it becomes such a routine part of life that a lot of people just don't realize that their decisions behind the wheel can end a life or cause a massacre or something like that in a moment. You know what I mean? It's that serious. Now, he's staying in this hotel. Reportedly, it's 7 a.m., right? He's trying to get to this event, this appearance, to go do a photo shoot and give Drew Brees some golf lessons and shoot some golf with Drew Brees. He's got to be there by 7:30. He's trying to pull out of the hotel, and I guess there was a car in front of him that was loading or unloading luggage or whatever, and Tiger Woods was agitated. This is from onlookers on the scene, say, firsthand witnesses, says Tiger looked agitated, irritated, and he just peeled off from around there going extremely fast, like a madman, basically, and then he almost hits the director's car, careens off into this, I don't know if you want to call it a ditch or what exactly, and almost dies. So it's very concerning. Why would Tiger Woods do this? You know what I mean? I know a lot of people behind the wheel, I'm sure you've seen it yourself. Like me personally, I'm just a very, very like slow driver. People get furious with me, because they say I drive like an old person. But I've been in a very, very bad car accident before. I've also had family members that almost lost their lives in one. I've had a friend of my family pass in a car wreck, and you just got to look like, what was Tiger doing? Right now, we know Tiger Woods has had, it's such a wild story with Tiger Woods, you know what I mean? Because he came into the game and just took over golf, blew up, like one of the best golfers of all time. He always seemed like a squeaky clean dude, and then later on in his life, he had those domestic incidents with his wife when they were breaking up. Apparently, Tiger was out here, cheating and things like that. And it was just hard to believe about Tiger Woods. Like he just didn't seem like, Tiger wouldn't do that. You know what I mean? And then a couple years ago, we also know the incident where Tiger Woods was arrested. He was on all kinds of pills. He was whacked out of his mind. And then we found out, all these surgeries, right? Then being on painkillers and taking other meds to kind of try to mellow himself out and be able to continue through life on a daily basis. Tiger was a full-blown addict. Right. Related to this situation, there was another clip I was going to include in the video, but my device was tripping. But in the same press conference where we heard that first responder speaking, you know what I mean? Another person from law enforcement or whatever, like a liaison or something, speaking to the media, to the press, was saying, no blood was drawn. We deemed that we did not think he was under any intoxicants. And I'm not trying to, be this prick who's like, oh, Tiger was high. They're covering it up for him or whatever while he's sitting up in a hospital room. You know what I mean? Very, very badly, seriously hurt. Because they're saying from them talking to him, the way it appeared, he seemed fine, that he wasn't high or under the influence of anything. So they didn't draw a sample. But it makes you wonder, why would he do that? Why would he pull out of here 70 plus miles an hour out of a hotel parking lot? That's craziness. That's the kind of recklessness that'll kill someone, And like I said, reportedly, he had an hour drive to get to an engagement that he had with Drew Brees that was a half hour away. So, I mean, maybe he was just frustrated, had a bad day, was pissed off, knew he was going to be late, had to get there, and he just did what he did. But that is very troubling to know that he would make that kind of decision. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy, man. And like I said, just as someone who's been through that kind of stuff, and I'm sure a lot of other people out there, you may be a Tiger Woods fan, but maybe one way or another you've been affected by a car accident. You're like, man, that's not cool, Tiger. Like, why did you do that? You know what I mean? Like, once again, I'm not trying to badmouth this guy, but we got to just keep it real, man. This is a very, very reckless thing that he did. He almost paid with his own life. It seems no one else was hurt, but I don't know. I just don't, like, on a daily basis when I see someone going 80 and a 40, weaving through lanes and stuff like that, I don't care for that. That gets me a little agitated. You know what I mean? Because you're putting everyone's life at risk, including your own. But apparently, you don't care. And I don't know what it is, too. There's some people that just when they get behind the wheel, they always speed. They always do, like, sometimes I've known people who've been in multiple accidents and continue to do this kind of stuff. And it's just, I don't know, man. Like, we gotta point this out, and we gotta keep it real about this, But hit the comments with your thoughts on this all. Jay Coffee Talk, stay tuned. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Daily content, music, news, sports, and much more. Why would Tiger Woods do this? You know what I mean? And like I said, guys, I didn't include the other clips that I was going to, but TMZ's got some stuff up. Go check that out. Let me know your thoughts on this situation. Like Tiger Woods had gotten back on track after all those pitfalls of life that he went through. And then, when you see him do something like this, it's concerning, to say the least. So I look forward to hearing what everyone has to say in the comments. Let's talk about this. Subscribe to the channel. And stay tuned. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a great day and be safe, everyone. Don't speed. Come on, guys.